Hey guys, what's up? Bradley Overrated here. Today I want to discuss something a little bit different, but I was at the GameStop. Yes, GameStop, you know, that thing that everybody hates, but I personally really enjoy going there because the people are awesome. I was at GameStop running around like crazy with my son. He loves that store too. He just likes to have a good time in there. We always play peekaboo around. Sorry, not important. Anyways, I was there and I was looking through games, you know, perusing through, seeing if there was anything that caught my eye. And something did catch my eye, and it was, well, I'm certain you know from the cover, Bleeding Edge, man, as you can see right here. Why is Xbox Live Gold? It's a Xbox One console exclusive game, and I have played it before, and it was fine. It was a fine game when it came out. I tried it. I didn't mind it. I couldn't get any of my friends to play with me, though. And after playing it by myself for a few hours, I decided that's it. That's all I was going to play about the game, so I never ended up doing a review as I didn't feel like I played enough of the game to formulate a proper opinion of it. But all the same, Bleeding Edge, if you don't know, is a bust. It is not popular. I don't even know of anybody who's still playing the game. I wouldn't be surprised to learn that nobody is playing Bleeding Edge in 2022. So it begs the question, why did I buy this game in 2022? Because there's a really good reason behind that. And the first thing I want to address about this is, how much did this actually cost me? Let's take a guess. Who can guess? Do you think it was more than $5? More than 10? More than 20? Or less than 5? If you answered less than 5, then congratulations. You're correct. It was $3 total, like $2.97 where I live, because I don't get charged sales tax. So it was $2.97 to pick up Bleeding Edge in 2022, because like I said, nobody's playing this game and it's an online only game, so the disc doesn't actually do you any good, really. So why would I pick this up? And the answer is simple: future investment and collection purposes. Now, I usually like to pick up the Xbox console exclusives. There aren't a lot of them as of right now, and on the Xbox One, they are few and far between, and I think it's really fun to have them on display. I've discovered that a lot of them that people didn't really care for, I personally enjoyed. I really liked ReCore, just as an example, and I think Sunset Overdrive is a very hidden gem, and people should absolutely play that one, which I don't even think those are console exclusives, but you get the point. The thing about this, though, is it's a $3 investment for a game that will most likely fall to obscurity and not be owned by very many people, and since this is technically a physical version of that game, 10 years from now, this could actually be a very valuable game. Now I know what you're thinking. There's no way Bleeding Edge is going to be worth money down the road, but here's the thing. I want you to take a look at this game right here. This is Killer Instinct. Sorry about the glare. I'm going through natural light right now. My baby boy's taking a nap. But this is Killer Instinct Definitive Edition, and I picked this up for $10 used. If you go online and you look at the used copies for just the disc alone, it's about $50 to own. $50 for a used game in acceptable condition. Now this is an excellent condition. This Killer Instinct here is, this cover's practically spotless. This would be very good, to say the least. A very good used version of Killer Instinct now sells for about $85. Anywhere between $75 to $85 online. You're welcome to go check that. I bought it for $10. Which means technically if I were to sell this right now, I would make about $60 minimum for this game. This is something that I've noticed happens quite a lot too, especially on the Xbox. If you have these games and they're not very popular, which is strange because Killer Instinct's actually a really good game, and I think it's decently popular, right? That's a decent popular one, but still, the games that have physical versions that were Xbox One console exclusives, or for several other platforms, doesn't even have to necessarily be Xbox, they can be worth a lot of money not too long off down the road, about 10 years down the road, and all of a sudden these games become very, very valuable for whatever reason, because collectors love to eat them up. But the thing is, when you get a game like Killer Instinct and most people didn't have the physical version, people aren't interested in it. They're not going to go out and buy it. For for whatever reasons, they choose to skip it. And Bleeding Edge is another great example of this. And then it just becomes a bargain bin purchase. But those bargain bin purchases for games that aren't even necessarily bad, but just weren't popular enough to, sell well, they get worth a lot of money. Rather, they become worth a lot of money. I remember Hello Kitty Cruises for the Wii U at one point was worth a couple $100. Yes, Hello Kitty Cruises for the Wii U was worth hundreds of dollars. That's just how these things work. Sometimes the more unpopular your game is, the more valuable it becomes. And the reason being is there's just not a lot of copies like that out there. Now, Bleeding Edge right now, as it stands, you can find this anywhere still. It's pretty common. You can probably go on Amazon, it'll probably just a few dollars right now. But I'm willing to bet that in about 5 to 10 years, this game is going to become worth a lot more money than the $3 that I bought it for. And here's the best thing about it is, I only spent $3. So let's say it's only worth $1 10 years from now, or it never values at all. I spent pennies on the dollar to possibly make dollars on the penny, and I don't have to worry about it. If I'm out $3, I'm not going to cry over it. That's a price of a cup of coffee. Even then, that's still cheaper than a price of coffee. Go to Starbucks, it's like $4 for some stupid small thing, man. It's like, what? That's not important. You get the point. I didn't have to break the bank, and I could possibly break the bank by selling this in the future. I don't plan on selling it in the future. I kind of like my Xbox One collection. I like having all the exclusives. I think it's pretty dang cool that I was able to pick this bad boy up for $3, but you get the point. It's something to consider if you're a serious collector right now and you're not 100% certain about what to get or collect and you're not certain about what's valuable. I recommend picking up a few bargain bin games. Those ones I've discovered are usually the ones that become obscure and hard to find. There's a million Halo 5s out there, but in 5 years, there's not going to be very many Bleeding Edge games. There just isn't. So that's my little spiel, guys. I just wanted to give that information out there. Share with me your opinions. Do you agree with me or disagree with my logic? Tell me why or why not in the comments below. Thank you for taking the time to watch this. I am Bradley Overrated, out like a trout, proud owner of Bleeding Edge. Now, if you'll excuse me, there's a game called Battleborn. Maybe you've heard of it. It's like $5 online. I think I'm going to go pick that one up too, because I have a feeling that one's going to be very obscure here very soon. Later, guys.